You could just do karaoke.
You can go ahead and start if you'd like to,
I'm just
Jim, if
joking.
that's what's on,
Nutcase.
if that's what's on your heart. All right, hey, with that lapel microphone, you look
Huh?
pretty official.
Mm.
Hey, welcome to the evening news. This is Jim Scott bringing you the headlines of today.
In our local housing market.
Yes, yeah, there you go. Well, let's talk about some of the numbers then. You know, Ugh. Right over here. Ugh. Sorry about the stretch. Um, unless Jose or Verna, Mike, you've got something else you'd like to discuss and talk about. What's on your mind? What's going on?
I'm racking my brain this morning. I just don't have anything. I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
I'm being coached pretty darn good, I'm thinking.
well, the thing is, yeah, well, of course you are. I know your coach. the the Something to consider when you're coming to sales development is what do you have coming up today or tomorrow in sales conversations or persuasions that you're going to be looking at, buyer presentations, seller presentations, conversations that you're going to engage in that we can sharpen the sword over. Um, if not, then we all are familiar with the county breakouts. Each county has these breakouts, and they are, for me, cliff notes that I can have standing by, whether I'm in Island County, King County, or naturally Snohomish County, and I can speak intelligently, you know, regarding a conversation that can come up at any minute. After this phone call, I could have somebody come in and say, "Hey, Todd, how's the market?" Okay. Well, it's really good. It's a seller's market. Homes are selling way over asking price. Those are generalizations, and we all know that they're true. Spice it up a little bit and have some talking points. Understand that, are we talking about condominiums? Jose, you're thinking about selling your condo, or is it a house that we're talking about?
The house.
It's a house. Okay, great. In talking about the how hot the market is, and I know you have heard about how great it is out there in Snohomish County. I mean, for example, the median home sales price in a category of both condo and residential has increased 22.9%, basically 23% year over year. Now, when we talk about just housing overall in Snohomish County, prices have increased 566,000, which was the median home sales price last year, to 100 or to 695. That's a $130,000 jump in prices in the median home sales price in Snohomish County last year. Now, I know we talked about a couple weeks ago. Whereabouts is your home specifically that you're considering putting on the market and selling?
Probably in a few months. I mean, I still have a lot of work to do.
Right, but where was it, Jose?
Where was it? I believe
Where?
it was around the 450 range.
I know. I know. Where is it located, Jose?
Oh, it's in like Granite Falls.
It's in the Granite Falls area. Okay. Excellent. In the Granite Falls area, you're looking on average of about 28%. And here's the good news: this is the highest rated area for home appreciation in the county.
Hmm.
Okay. So you're sitting at a really, really valuable time in the marketplace. Now, I don't believe that there's going to be any indication that home prices are going to be going down. However, what really drives prices up, from your knowledge in your knowledge of supply and demand, what drives prices up faster than anything?
I guess just lack of inventory.
Right. Demand, the demand for the properties, demand for supply, and the lack of supply. Those two things, create a scenario which we are now experiencing. One of the areas that you may want to think about and consider in your decision making process is when to list the property so you can get the highest yield. Correct?
Right.
Okay. So looking at what drives buyers in today's market, Jose, with an incredible appetite. I mean, a huge demand in the marketplace, and shrinking inventory is creating this scenario where homes, like I mentioned before, getting 27 to 28% appreciation year over year on a median home sales price. With inflation where it's at, I think we're going to be living with inflation for a little bit. Would you agree?
I believe so.
I think so. It's not going to be forever, but it's for right now. And I have heard, and maybe you have heard as well, that interest rates are more than likely going to increase in the first quarter of this year. Are you feeling the same way, or am I off target?
As far as increasing,
Yeah, well, mortgage interest rates.
why do you think that's going to increase? To maybe help out with the demand a little bit?
No, it's going to help out with the economy.
Hmm.
They need to increase interest rates to put more money back into the economy through increasing the interest rates.
Hmm. Okay, I didn't think about that.
I mean, do you think interest rates are going to stay this low?
Actually, it's counter. It slows things down.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's going to slow things down. Correct.
Right. Okay.
So do you think that they're going to increase the interest rates or keep them the way they're at?
I don't know. I'm thinking that it's gonna stay probably the same, but might increase. I'm not sure yet. But I mean,
Yeah.
we can't tell it. We can't predict the future, right?
Well, I think the industry
Actually, you can.
experts are somewhat all in alignment, and there can be wrong as well. Interest rates go up, it's going to decrease demand.
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to create a tidal wave of new inventory by all means, but inventory will begin to slightly increase as the demand decreases because there'll be less buyers in the marketplace. They'll be forced out, or they'll be forced to they'll choose to stay on the sideline and wait till interest rates drop back down again if they do. So by rolling the dice on when you want to capture the highest dollar amount for your property, you could be looking back at this time 4 months from now and saying, I should have captured it when I did. It may seem counterintuitive to sell a home during this period of time, but it's not counterintuitive to get the highest yield for your property based upon the demand for housing and the current supply. It's a sweet spot right now. Take for example, last week there were 247 homes sold in Snohomish County and only 167 listed. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the volume will certainly increase, but if interest rates increase, which we probably will, it may decrease your ability to get a really high priced property. Plus, who wants to be able to compete with other properties? Sure, your home may be worth more. Okay. I'm not suggesting that your home values will decrease. What I'm saying is the appetite for housing will decrease, which will reduce the availability of multiple offer situations. So instead of getting like 5 to 6 offers, you may be really happy to get 1 or 2 at full price.
Mhm. Well, Todd, that's a good point that you're bringing out. But I'm gonna reach my 1 year here in January, so I wanna avoid paying the capital gain tax. And I got this property at a really good price, and I'm trying to see what the market does, and if it does turn or slows down and it goes down, then maybe I should just keep it and rent it out or Airbnb.
Well, you're going to do what you're going to need to do with it. I'm not going to tell you what is the best decision for you and your family. What I'm here to do is to help you interpret the market so you can make the best decision. And if keeping it is going to satisfy you, and then keep it. You have a 2-year mark for your capital gains for your primary residence. So, if you have a stronger motivation, Jose, to do something greater and better for you, and the thought of having to pay some capital gains if you do is preventing you from doing that, then don't move. But if your desire to move forward and do what it is you want to do, then do it. You'll find a way to make up the money somewhere else later. Peace, joy, and happiness sometimes has a price tag, and sometimes you overlook it. But that's completely up to you. I will sell your house for top dollar right now if you want to go ahead and move forward with it. If you don't, that's fine.
Okay, thanks, Todd. I think I'm gonna wait it out for a bit and wait for my 2 years.
Okay, good, smart. In the meantime, Jose, I really could use your help with something.
Yes. What is that?
You know what I'm going to ask you?
I don't know yet.
I want to ask you to send me referrals. The majority of my business is by referral, and I would strongly appreciate it. And if you know somebody who happens to be thinking about buying, selling, investing, commercial, multifamily, or residential, first-time home buyer, I provide full service, and I would appreciate any referrals. You think you could help me out next year with maybe a couple referrals?
Yeah, I think I know some people who are looking to sell.
Perfect. What are their names?
There's Jim Scott.
Oh, Jim Scott. I've heard of that guy. He's always thinking about selling.
Yep. He's got like 20 properties that he wants to sell. He's retiring and heading to Mexico.
Oh, I ain't selling, baby. That's a printing press.
All right. So, that's pretty much a typical discussion I'm going to have. I'm just giving you the information and, letting you deal with, where it is you want to go with it. The one thing I didn't ask in that scenario is, what's important about selling? What would be important about selling right now? And
for a lot is getting the top dollar for my home, So I think.
Well, it's you say that right now, but what I heard later was I'm really just going to keep it because I don't want to pay the capital gains.
Right. I still got a lot to do.
The pain of your capital gains is greater than what it is you want as in your desired state. So if your desired state was painful not to have, was causing you more pain not to have what it is you want, you would settle for the pain of taking care of the capital gains. Mm-hmm. See, it's so painful I can't live in this house. Okay, this house is causing me too much pain because I want to be somewhere else. And so I'll deal with the pain of the capital gains versus living with the pain of not having what I want. So I just get to select my pain. Sort of what life is all about.
I guess on a couple notes, I would also add, I would crunch the numbers. I would put a monetary value on the potential of what that capital gains is. That way they have an idea of a monetary value of what that capital gains is, 20,000.
Sure. So Jim, let's do this. Let me come out and we can run the numbers. We'll come out. I'll give you an estimate of what today's value is for your property. That way you can make a sure, full-throated, eyes wide open decision. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, I am going to be there for your future as a real estate resource and continued referral source for you and your people, because I am just that kind of great guy for you. So what time next week, after Christmas, before the end of this year, I have some time available. If you're off of work, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. I'd love to actually get some kind of I would need more information to make a
Sure.
educated decision.
There you go.
And second note is if they want to turn it into a rental, I encourage you, feel free to do your own homework or feel free to reach out to me and I'll help spool you up on how to market a property and what I use for lease agreements, where you become somewhat educated on how to help somebody go down that bunny trail. And that way you want to be that trusted, all-encompassing real estate resource. I wouldn't let that guy go. I would do everything I could to help him be a successful landlord, and that way, you know, he needs a plumber, an electrician, blah blah blah. But when he's ready to sell, you're calling me.
Bam. Yeah, they're going to come right back. They're going to come running back to you. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I hope you have one of these, you know, at your fingertips around your desk, and then you know you can just make some certain bullet points about what it is, you know, specifically for door knocking, or just have some of the general information that you can spout off at any given time. And if you don't have it, you can have it at your fingertips, and you can go ahead and read it at the end of last month. Um, Snohomish County finished with 0.24 months of inventory. Okay, that's just about 13 days of inventory. What's that translates to at the end of last month compared to last month, whereas 0.4. So we are definitely less inventory. And then, you know, I'm going to ask the question to the buyer or the seller. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that there is less inventory? And I'm going to gauge, you know, where their mind's at, how much information they have, and how well they are into the market and understanding where they're going to be.
So along with that, how do we encourage people to get on the MLS and go onto the monthly market report and get some of those JPEGs and maybe even part of their newsletter release, their press release, and slice it up a little bit and make a monthly newsletter of your own to your CRM, or put it on your social media as well.
Yeah, they make great posts. You can post it. There's little posting tags, pins. I'm not sure what they're called.
JPEGs,
but you can
videos,
well,
or images.
yeah,
Infographic.
you can click on it and it's shareable.
Yes.
Which is super nice. Shelly, you're taking my phone. And so another thing that these are really great for is you just get a couple little nuggets and put together a under 60-second market update, which makes it shareable really easy on Instagram. Yep. And, you know, you can use the high quality technology that Mr. Snellgrove has, or you can use the old bucket cell phone that I have and put it on a tripod, or just hold it. One thing yeah, there you go. And so one thing that I'm also getting a little more familiar with is the Facebook stories that are on for 24 hours. If you have something, hey folks, hey, Todd here. I just came across some information about the real estate market that I got to share with you. Inventory levels have dropped. Now is a great time if you're thinking about buying and selling a property, and then given the statistic, this is a really great opportunity, believe it or not, a chance for you to buy a piece, sell a house, but you know, make it direct to a buyer, make it direct to a seller, make it direct to an investor, and maybe strategically do something for investors on a Monday, do something strategic for buyers on a Wednesday, do something strategic for a seller on a Friday. So you're not, you know, hitting your email, filling up, you know, it can be a little overwhelming sometimes for your audience to see you just slamming real estate constantly. They like to see a little bit of your life as well, particularly on your Facebook stuff. And so a really quick video And if you do this strategically, um, every 3 days or every 4 days, you may want to just set yourself a reminder in your calendar system to say, hey, create the video. There are more advanced videos that you can do and share and do that. But just getting out there, your audiences love to see you being passionate in your element, in your industry, because I heard a statistic, unfortunately as it is, 95 to 97% of the people hate their jobs. And um, that's probably an old statistic. I heard it from Les Brown. So Les Brown's an old motivational speaker. So it possibly could change. But the majority of people really don't like to go to work. They're there to earn an income, and then they get out of there. They can't wait to get home. And they don't want to necessarily go. So if they see you in your element, living life, enjoying what it is you're doing, that's going to be attractive to them. Hi, this is Todd. I'm a real estate broker, and interest rates are pretty low today. And if you're a buyer, you should probably buy a house. Give me a call. Love to talk to you. Bye. Wow, isn't that compelling? Okay. So, this is an area that I would subscribe to. Fake it till you make it. Okay. Be an actor, be an actress, put on the makeup, put on the show. Hi, how you doing? I have some amazing information I want to share with you guys. Okay. Pay attention, listen up. You're not going to want to miss this. People are like, whoa, this guy's sort of hyper and crazy, passionate, really loving what he's doing. And because most people aren't, unfortunately, about what it is they do. You have a good story to tell. It's right here in front of you. If you're not, I heard one of my coaches go, Todd, if you're not telling your story, somebody else is telling your story.
I can't tell you. There's so much. We're underestimating the power of that story, the social media, the story, and just putting out little blurby video. I can't tell you how many. It boggles my mind how many people are always, oh, I love this, I love that. They're like, why are you watching me? But I did a quick video on my rental in Sun City West. I think I did like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Just kind of did a quick tour of it and ran some numbers about it. And I got somebody flying in a couple weeks to go look at investment properties just over that stupid little video. And then I got somebody else that's getting pre-approved for investment. I got two leads out of that video that I put on Facebook. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah.
May I share something?
Yeah.
I was just going to say that, if you're posting videos too, to be consistent, right? Because they're watching you day after day. I mean, I've been posting my real estate journey since I started last February, and I've gotten solid leads from people who've just been watching. Actually, I have one under contract right now because they said, I have a friend or I have a coworker who's looking to buy a home, and I've been looking at your social media stuff. So can I connect her with you? And, it's just be consistent, be that expert.
A lot of you are involved with networking, virtual or physical networking. Having some bullet points, some nuggets, 2 or 3 factoids that they're not going to find anywhere else, really helps solidify you as that professional, as a person that they want to surround themselves with when they have a problem that they need a solution for. Always, we're always solution based, not about the problems, about the solution, which causes me to share with you, Rochelle and I just came back from our wonderful trip. I had a chance to speak some great one-on-one time with our founder, Kuba. He wanted me to express how much gratitude he has and his love for his heart for us up here in the Northwest. Afterwards, after the party was over, the next following day, as you may have seen, Rochelle and I went to Dana Point. At Dana Point, they have a bunch of food there, and they have different buffets. There's a seafood buffet,
Ooh.
and it was great. It's a seafood buffet. Later on that night, they had a seafood disco. So I went to the seafood disco. Check this out. I ended up pulling a muscle.
Oh.
Ah! Yes.
Oh my
Yes. Yes.
That would
Yes.
hurt.
I'm glad I'm back. Feels good to be back.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I'm getting ready to just hop on my prospecting calls at 9 o'clock. I hope you are all getting ready to get your prospecting started at 9 or really close hereafter. This really gets my mind moving in the right direction. Remember, I've got to remember when I hit my objections is to repeat those objections out loud so they understand that I've been heard. Complement the objection. In other words, acknowledge that objection, and then surround it with a solution. You need to think about moving forward. Well, I understand why you would say that. It's a complicated process of moving forward. Let's go ahead and discuss what it's going to take in order for you to make a solid decision that's going to be beneficial for yourself and your family and your loved ones. Let's talk about that. And so that's just a way to modify it based, moving it away from a problem, focusing more on the solution, getting back to the motivation. Tell me again, what's really super important about staying where you're at versus moving forward? Have the conversation versus a presentation. Touch into their heart. And the way to touch their heart is to go through their head. Go through the head to get to the heart. And then once you're in the heart, you get the wallet. Head, heart, wallet. Okay? Don't bypass the heart from the head to the wallet, because the heart will cause you some resistance. Anything else anybody like to add for the last couple minutes?
Maybe this is a conversation for another time, but I guess I was curious about the capital gain tax, 1 year, 2 years, when that kicks in, when it doesn't, what that means.
Jim?
Oh, but letting you have it. I believe
you're on mute.
it was you have to live in it.
You're muted, Jim.
Oh, let's hit that button. I believe it. You have to live in it 2 of the last 5, or is it 7?
5.
5. You have to live in it within 2 of the last 5 years. So if you just bought a house, you have to live in it for a minimum of 2 years. Then you don't have to pay capital gains. It'll be your primary residence. Otherwise, you're going to get nabbed on it. Again, I would sit down with them and run the numbers, and that if it's less than, so you can get a monetary value of what that roughly would be, and then you can help them evaluate, well, hey, if you sell and you buy a home and it has an appreciation factor in a year or 2 years, what would that number be? And that way you're comparing apples to apples rather than just kind of half winging it.
And you can always GTS, as Celine likes to say. GTS, Google that shit.
Or I might even help them identify what's the market going for this house, a 3.2, da da da. What's that monthly rate? What you're going to get for rent? What's your cost? What's going to be your net profit? Is that $200 a month really going to be worth waking up on a Sunday to go unplug a toilet? You might be able. You can either talk them in or talk them out, but help educate. At the end of the day, it's about educating and being that trusted real estate resource. Your home, our passion. TeamScottHomes.com.
Hey, I know I got to get going, but just like the Matrix, there's 2 pills. Okay? There's 2 pains. Okay? Life is growing through pain. That's how we get our experience. That's how we gain our wisdom and understanding, knowledge and experience. It's through experiencing pain. And that's the only thing about growth. I mean, when people are selling a house, it's painful. Okay. They have to choose the pain of staying where they're at or the pain of moving and to where what it is that they want. You know, either one's going to be painful until the pain of not having what they want in their future becomes greater than the pain of staying where they're at. They're going to eventually take this, and we get in between this and make some money. So just
Great.
keep that in, just keep that in mind and experience pain to get pain today. Put yourself into an experience of growth.
No pain, no gain.
That's the fulfillment of life. Oh, that's all I got to say about that. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Todd.
Great.
Uh,